Greetings, Wi-Fi wizards. We're back at it again. Straight into it. Let's get it cracking.
Star trails. Why do they spin the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere? Well, it's because you're facing the other direction.
If something is spinning one way and you look a different way, it'll spin another way. So I'm asking you, put a clock on the ceiling. Which way can you face? That'll make the hands appear to go counterclockwise.
You're misunderstanding the concept. Instead of a clock, let's use a ceiling fan. Now wait, is that to scale? Is that the size of the entire sky? No. And this still isn't small enough, but it'll work. If you had a ceiling fan the size of your entire room and you stood right in the middle of the fan blades as the equator and looked toward the center of that fan, you would see the blades moving from left to right over your head. And if you turn around, the fan blades are now going over your head from right to left. Did they change direction? Now imagine that fan being even bigger and you being even smaller. You experience reality non-Euclidean. You see in hyperbolic space. All stars move from east to west. They rotate all around this flat Earth. So it depends on where you're standing and where you're facing as to which way they look like they're rotating. Oh, and Professor Dave, we all know how that debate ended.
At the start of the show, I did a poll. Just so it's with about 3,000 votes, it's 65% Globe Gang, 35% Flat Friend, which I thought I'm going to run it again at the end because I thought, this would be fun and a fun experience.
Well, nobody's going to change their mind here.
All right, here's a new poll. Who won? The poll currently sits at, with 1,000 votes, 61% of people have been converted to the flat Earth. 61% of the people in the YouTube poll have been converted to flat Earth, when it was like 65-35 in favor of sphere Earth earlier. So, I mean, did flat Earth win?
That's my boy 7 again. How much sense does he talk there? The stars don't lie. Constellations, thousands of years, they don't lie. So, make your own mind up, believe who you want to believe, but just look up. Use your senses and look up and just move in that open mind. Them three things: open mind, use your senses, look up. What do you see and feel? Exactly. Moving on.
While flying over the Gulf of Mexico, Pasalo 65 spots what appears to be a pyramid-shaped structure just off the coast of Yucatan. After posting the video to TikTok, it amasses millions of views and thousands of comments, and some people think that this is just an optical illusion. However, if we decrease the saturation and increase the contrast of the video, we can clearly see that it's not just one pyramid that we're looking at. It seems as if there are more pyramid-shaped structures, and most internet users seem to agree. Now, whatever's going on here, this does not look like a coincidence or an optical illusion. So I started researching the topic and I came across several articles that state that in 2001, a team of explorers that were working off the coast of Cuba came across sunken pyramids that they supposedly found using sophisticated sonar equipment. Strange, isn't it? But here are things take an even stranger turn. Paulina Zelinsky and her husband, which were part of this team of explorers, stated that these pyramids were about 6,000 years old, which would be older than the Egyptian pyramids. And if this is the case, it would possibly change everything we thought we knew about the past.
It's plain as day. Suppress history. I hope, for the sake of humanity, we're not still debating. I hope no one's debating that. The government never tell the truth. We agree on that. They covered up so much stuff. We agree on that. Conspiracies that came true. We agree on that. Are you just coincidence theorists? Do you know what I mean? It's just every suppress history, power, money, control, suppress history. None of it makes sense. No one. It's draining. Let's just move on. Let's just move on.
Are you ready? Because genetic scientists have been working on cracking the human genome code as far as what they thought was junk DNA, and they are finding it was not junk at all. In fact, it was latent superpowers. Scientists are admitting and wondering out loud, with this genetic breakdown and understanding that we've been working on, will this be used for good or will this be used for evil? Superpowers are real, and more children are being born with these innate gifts and abilities. Some can see sound as color, and others can literally see the magnetic fields that surround us. Others can feel the magnetism and can literally attract items to themselves. So like a form of telekinesis. This is so real. This 8-month-old could do pull-ups because there was a gene producing myostatin that stops muscular growth, and he didn't have it. And it's interesting that this appeared in the human genome some 10,000 years ago. So what happened around the time of the Younger Dryas 10,000 years ago, where it suddenly started to appear in our human genetic code? If you know, you know. We have the ability for echolocation as well. This is something that we can study and learn how to do. So while these geneticists have dedicated so much of their lives to discovering specific genetic sequences and what it means for human potential, they're also equally concerned about the pharmaceutical companies and CRISPR and what they may do with this information. Who's going to stop these pharmaceutical companies from selling and creating these manufactured superpowers while then putting inhibitors like on us regular folks?
Superheroes. Heroes, isn't it? Nah, you never know. You see the cases of like women lifting cars off kids and stuff when the adrenaline's going. And I think the human body, if aligned and in tune with all the right frequencies and diet and thought and everything just aligns, then we can do unbelievable things. Things that people consider miracles would genuinely be normal. My opinion.
That progress is a straight line, that we started at the bottom, in darkness, and through hard work, science, and determination, we've made it to where we are now. Sounds nice, right? But the reality is a whole lot messier than they'll ever tell you. The story of progress, it's a complete fabrication. Ancient civilizations weren't primitive, they were more advanced than we're led to believe. Take the Tartarian Empire, for example. Ever heard of it? No? Of course not, because they don't want you to. Technologies that today seem impossible. Anti-gravity, free energy, structures that defy everything we're taught about physics. They don't talk about that. They talk about pyramids and temples. That's just a distraction. Progress is not linear. Humanity has gone through cycles of destruction and rebirth. What we're told is progress is really just a controlled cycle, a deliberate interruption to keep us from knowing the truth. They don't want us to understand what really happened. Things like the mass destruction of ancient knowledge in the Library of Alexandria, the eradication of free energy technologies, and the hidden history of global catastrophes like the mud flood that wiped out entire civilizations. If we knew the truth behind these events, this whole system would come crumbling down.
Another obvious one. There's monkeys, there's man. What's in between? Where are they all? Come on. How do people still believe in that? There has to be, and I'm not overly religious, I promise. There's got to be an higher power. Things just are too perfect. The food chain, the way plants and life and everything talk to each other. This isn't all evolution. We have evolution. We come from monkeys. Grow up, man. Grow up. Come on, think for yourself. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Move on. You didn't think I'm going to go an episode about a bit of Bigfoot, did you? Come on now. Take a look. Get on board with it. You know it's true.
Hey y'all, Myra here. I have some new Bigfoot footage for you. So this is in an undisclosed location, but the backstory is it's two gentlemen. They're up in their log cabin. They hear rustling in the backyard. So they go out on their balcony and they start filming. And this is what they caught. It's an unidentified creature watching their log cabin. And as the video continues, you see it turn and start walking off. There's a couple of things you need to key in here. It's massive. It's extremely tall. Look at the height by itself without having to do any type of measurements. Look at it compared to the trees. It's a massive creature. Could this be Bigfoot? I don't know. It looks like it to me. It looks very credible from the coat, the dome head, just the ginormous height. Tell me what you think. I did put an arrow at the very beginning of the video so you know where to focus. And then just watch. Awesome footage. And I zoomed in. So there it is watching. Walking off. Spooky. See how that coat blends in? It's perfectly camouflaged. And it just walks off. So, what do you think? Real? Hoax? Faked? Leave your comments, likes, posts. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Paranormal Chick. Thanks.
Just a quick one because like I said, I'm not smart. I don't know anything about anything. And in fact, my short-term memory is like a sieve. Have I shown this before? I don't know. Either way, it's going in. Electromagnetics. Layman's terms, I ain't got a clue. But it seems plausible, it sounds plausible, or at least to say it in a way that it seems more believable than gravity and all the other stuff in the world, all that, what they push out. Well done, wizards. We got to the end of another episode together. I hope we've been telling people, I hope we've been subscribing, I hope we've been hitting the like button. Hit the bell, because what I do, I put a video out, I schedule it for 3 o'clock every day. I should go like 3 o'clock our time, England, UK. All I can say is thanks. All the good stuff, subscribe and all that. And I shall see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.